Uh, uh, um, huh. Uh, I'm surprised. I'm surprised OKC didn't just start doing this. Oh wait, you can't hear it. Hold on. I mean, they spanked this guy. I'm not even gonna finish this game. I usually just go ahead and finish the game. I don't think I'm gonna finish it. What's the point? What's the point? Oh my god, guys, we got spanked. We got spanked so bad. Not gonna lie, I'm hurt, dude. We got whooped. We got whooped. There's not much I can take out of this game. We got spanked. They beat us to a pulp. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. It's a 38-point lead now. It's a 38-point lead now. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. There's no analysis here. Nothing went right. Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing I can say. It's it. That's it. You want me to take some positivity? I don't have anything for this one. I got nothing. I'll be honest with you. I was searching for it. I got nothing. At the very least, this is clarity for what has to happen with the Spurs, okay? At least next season, by next season, we got to have another point guard. We have to have some type of defensive small forward, okay? Those are two things. And number three, Pop's got to start calling some plays. I know Pop has taken the approach, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let the guys do their thing. And this is what it looks like when the guys do their thing. This was bad. And I know OKC is an actual, like, good team. So not trying to say, like, we should have won this game. But, man, get your boy Sochan clan. I don't know what to tell you. Everyone was trash. Okay, hold on. This probably needs to be a segment. All right, we gotta do this professionally. Let me. Oh gosh, the game is still on. Oh my goodness. All right, we gotta do this professionally. Let's go to ESPN. It doesn't matter if any of the stats changes. Who cares? Man, guys, we got whooped. We got whooped bad. Oh man, we got whooped bad. The game is still going on. What's the point? There's no point in there. I don't know. There's nothing. I have no analysis here, guys. We got beat bad. This is torture. Oh, this was the worst game of the season. There's a few takeaways I have, okay, but it's not much positivity. So as you can see, the game is still going on. It doesn't matter though. Unless the Spurs can make something happen with 42 seconds left on the clock, down by 72. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about Sochan. We'll talk about Sochan in a minute. Good God, everybody was absolute trash. Okay, everybody. Every single player tonight. They said, you know what, guys, I want to play like trash tonight. And then Julian said, oh, that's very ironic, Zach, because I actually want to play like trash. And then Sochan was like, yo, you guys playing like trash? Hold on, I want to get in the mix. Let me play like trash. And then everybody was just like, let's all just play like garbage tonight. Let's all be the most garbage. Yes, embarrass Clan tonight. Clan has been praising us, saying these losses have been good. Let's just embarrass him. It felt like a personal attack. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, first and foremost, all right? I'll start with the elephant in the room, which I don't even think is that big a deal. Everyone talking about Sochan. Sochan was so bad. Honestly, as bad as Sochan was, I think it was more of a team being bad thing. Like, Sochan was at least closing out. And when he was guarding SGA, he did a good job. I know you're going to take SGA's numbers, say 10, 16 or 10 shots, took 16 shots, made 10. Phenomenal game by him, by the way. But I will say this, when Sochan was on him, he made it a tough assignment for SGA. But I have to say this, man, one glaring issue with the Spurs right now, no one closes out. No one rotates and no one closes out. They are so late with closeouts defensively. Like offensively, I expect us to struggle a little bit, with Wemby trying to figure out his game, guys trying to figure out how to get him the ball, how to be more effective. Devin Vassell having to take on a bigger role. I expect that. And in this type of game where SGA and his Thunder, OKC Thunder team is like really good defensively, we can't lack defense. It was terrible. Our defense was terrible. And it's not even a matter of, we're just not athletic enough to get to get to those spots and contest and all that. I don't think it was a talent issue. I felt like it was kind of an effort issue. Like a lot of times guys' brains were just somewhere else. Doug McDermott really is letting me down. Like he hasn't had a bad season by any means. I mean, he's Doug McDermott. You know what you're going to get out of him. But man, I'm not expecting him to be disengaged defensively. He was completely disengaged. Near the end of this game, Devontae Graham, he just kind of summed up how our defense is. He started ball watching for a wide open corner shot, and you can see Popovich on the sidelines just, oh my God, I can't believe you just gave that up. Like, it's so bad. Oh my God, our defense is terrible. Oh my God, team defense, that is. Individually, I think Sochan did a fine job on SGA. Okay, he did. He did a fine job on SGA. And anyone that he was on, it was pretty tough. Wemby, they tried their best. OKC tried their best to stay away from Wemby, but good God Almighty, they attacked everyone. And don't think that if Keldon was here, it would have been any better. They would have attacked Keldon. I mean, our defense is terrible, bro. Our team defense is terrible. But we can't really expect this team to be like A1 defenders, especially since, just because we added Wemby. Like, obviously, that's not going to be the case. Man, oh man. Get a point guard. Sochan is so bad. Okay, so yes. Okay, so those are things that Spurs need. They do need a point guard, obviously, okay? And they do need a defensive small forward. But with that being said, I don't necessarily think this is like time to rag on Sochan. The Sochan experiment is awful. We have no one else. And I think that this is more of a long-term project. I'm gonna stick with that I think Sochan running point guard right now, while it's frustrating, while it's ugly, I do think in the long haul it's going to help the team quite a bit, or help him, and just add a little bit more versatility to our offense in the future. Okay, right now it looks terrible. I know it's god awful. We're only like 10 games into the season. It's whatever, but I think in the long haul, when we do have a point guard, we get our defensive small forward, I think that Sochan's going to be completely fine, and we'll be able to switch mismatch, and people will be able to, like, I think a lot of fans are going to sit back and be like, oh, Sochan's a pretty good facilitator when he's not the main facilitator. So just be patient. We'll be all right. We need a veteran point guard. We needed someone to keep this thing together. I mean, I think right now the time is coming near. I know Popovich has said, like, he's sitting back, allowing the guys to kind of figure out the offense. It's getting really bad. And it's getting bad to the point where, at least in this game, it got dangerous. I mean, to the point where guys going to hurt themselves. I mean, amount of times that they turned the ball over, the amount of times they had to run back in transition to stop fast break plays. Somebody's going to get hurt like this. They're going to have to, we're going to have to start running some plays. I think Pop needs to start coaching. Pop coaching is more than just calling plays. Like, Pop is a phenomenal coach, and I think that I wouldn't want anybody else coaching this team other than Pop. But yeah, he has to start running some plays, and it's getting really bad at this point. And it's getting so bad. It's okay for us to like lose, get our butt whooped or whatever, and you can take something positive out of it. This is one of those games where I don't take much positive out of this. There's not much positivity I can say from this game. And also, this is one of those games where it's not a lot of development. that's going on. Now, let me say this though. Okay. With all that being said, as bad as this game was, let me say this. And this isn't an excuse. Okay. It's just a reality check. I think this is a good thing. Okay. So what I'm about to say, I think this is actually a good thing. The referees officiated this game like it was a playoff game. I saw quite a few people on Twitter saying like, oh my God, the refereeing was terrible. They're missing calls. Yeah, there were plenty of times where we did get fouled, but in a playoff sense, that's a no call. And that happened quite often on both ends, by the way. So I think that they officiated it like it was a playoff game because of the tourney. And OKC smacked this in the face, and the Spurs were not ready to respond to that. They're already, struggling offensively to figure things out. Devin Vassell finally being back in the lineup the last couple games. So they're still trying to figure that out. But yeah, they were not ready to punch back at all. That made it rough. Got that A whooped on national television. Yeah, that was bad. That's what makes it insulting. Like people tuning in like, let me finally check out this Wemby guy. And they're like, oh, he's trash, which isn't the case. This was by far his worst game, and he still had 14 rebounds. But people will say, oh, he's supposed to have that. But 14 rebounds, 2 blocks, that's pretty decent. 4 turnovers is bad. 5 turnovers for Zach Collins. I don't know why in the life of me it's so difficult to throw the ball up to Wemby. Like, don't get me wrong, Devontae Graham did not look great tonight by any stretch of the imagination. But I will say this. His passes at least made sense. They were quick. They were decisive. It was up high. I don't know why this is so difficult for everyone else. And I know Sochan, he's not accustomed to being point guard. He's still trying to learn a little bit there. But I don't know what's going on with the team, man. I don't know what's going on with the team where no one can figure that out. I swear to God, it's as soon as Devontae Graham got in the game, it was quick, decisive passes to Wemby. I don't know why the team is so hesitant to throw that ball up like that. God, yeah, even TNT changed the channel. I was happy that they saved us of that embarrassment. I was happy that they saved us from that embarrassment. God awful, terrible. God awful. Not great whatsoever. This team sucks. Well, Cody, we suck. I got nothing. I was gonna say something, but I got nothing. Yeah, you're right, Cody. We kind of suck. It's okay though. It's okay. Like I'm not expecting. It's still early in the season, but I'm not expecting this team to go to the playoffs. I've said that already. I've been very adamant on that. Play in possibly, maybe, but I expect us to be a bad team again. They're still so young. I do expect us to be a pretty bad team. And OKC, as young as they are, because they're young, I think they're right next to us, right, in age. They have played with each other more than we have. They have more cohesion. And on top of it, they have an actual superstar. So keep that in mind as well. Like Wemby, he's going to be a superstar. He's not a superstar right now, right? I still hold firm that Wemby is the best player on this team. And then it's Devin Vassell. That's just my opinion. I think the way that he impacts the game on both ends of the court is just mind-boggling at times. So I do think that he's the best player on the team, but he is not a superstar. Not yet. But OKC, they got them a superstar. All right. So that's always going to be a disadvantage for us. Even against Dallas Mavericks, we should have won that game, but they had a superstar, right? So I don't know. I wasn't really expecting us to go all in and win this game. But it's disheartening. It is disheartening. Trade for Zach LaVine. Now, calm down. This isn't time to trade everybody. Calm down. I'm open to the idea of grabbing like some type of veteran point guard just to kind of hold this thing together a little bit. But at the same time, Sochan running point guard, I understand it. And I think that as time goes on, it's going to really help us in the future. Far, far in the future, but in the future. So, and he's not really going to have this type of opportunity again. So yeah, bye-bye Sochan. Good God, y'all. What is up with you and like angry at Sochan? Is it because he's the loudest, so he looks the worst or something? I mean, look at this team. Look at this game. How can you just look at even the stat? I know stats don't tell the full picture, but just look at the stats. How can you blame him? 4 for 14 from June. This is all Sochan. Sochan went 4 for 14 as the small forward. He went 4 for 11. Wemby went 4 for 15. And I guess it's Sochan's fault that Devin Vassell went 5 for 12, right? Is that his fault too? And it's his fault that Malachi Branham went 5 for 13. And it's his fault that the team as a whole was 30% three-point percentage and 67% free throw percentage. I guess that's his fault. I mean, come on. It's his fault that our overall field goal percentage was 39%, if that, 38.7. That's all Sochan's fault. Like, come on, dude. This whole game, like, this was not a Sochan-driven loss, okay? Gosh, I don't know why people get so angry at Sochan all the time. Also, I told you guys I have a 4-year rule, okay? If you haven't hit that 4-year mark, I'm not as critical of you. That's why I don't talk bad about Blake Wesley at all. Like, he's still learning. Give him some time. Same thing with Sochan. This is only his 2nd year. I'm not gonna trip about it. He has room to struggle. That's fine. I feel like once you hit that 4th year, though, all bets are off. All right, we gotta start evaluating. That's why I look at Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson with a little bit more of a critical eye. Even though Devin Vassell's been great, like, I have no complaints really. But Keldon, I've been pretty adamant on him not being as great. I'm gonna watch Harden right now. Have a good time. All right, I gotta talk to you guys about something, okay? We gotta talk about something. Let me tell you something. Hold on, you gotta give me a millisecond though. All right, listen. I have a new sponsor, okay? Partnership alert. Mojo, big shout out to Mojo. So I just want to talk to you guys about it a little bit. It's actually a crazy new app that turns sportsbook odds and selection into fantasy contests. So if you're wondering how it works, this is how it works. So as you know, there's plenty of like different player props when it comes to the NFL, MLB, NBA, all that good stuff. But with this app in particular, you build a portfolio, and the better your portfolio performs, the more cash you can win. So you pick as many props as you want and try to beat the crowd. It's a whole new way to play fantasy. It's completely different than anything you probably seen before. The props are like stocks, so you can buy and sell live all game long. It's the only fantasy app that lets you make moves after the game starts. So you're not stuck with a bad pick. So that just means you can trade players like in the middle of the game, basically. So yeah, it's pretty great. So if you guys are interested in that, please download, link in the description. Use the code SpursClan for 100% deposit match up to $100 for your first time deposit. Also, want to bring this up as well. I am going to give away $200 worth of Spurs tickets. It's going to be $200 value, and all you have to do is download this app, sign up, send me a DM saying that you signed up, just proof that you signed up, and boom, you're in it in the giveaway. And we're going to do this for at least a couple weeks, and then we'll probably do another one for the last couple weeks. But yeah, so guys, check this out. And if you are interested in Spurs tickets anywhere, by the way, it's not specific games, anywhere, please just go to the link in my description, download this Mojo Fantasy app, and yeah, you have a chance to win Spurs tickets. So yeah, there's that. Good stuff, great stuff, wonderful stuff. Actually, I'm happy with that. Let me see. Also need to, guys, I know you guys are ranting. I know you're really upset. I'm upset too. Well, I'm not as upset as you guys, but it is what it is. Hold on, I actually need to do something. I'll do it after. We are all angry. I understand. I know we're all angry. We're all pissed off. But you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, keep this in mind, all right? If we're going to take anything positive from this game, I don't know why my screen went to this. If we want to take anything positive from this game, it's the fact that the game was officiated like a playoff game. This is the perfect year. I wasn't crazy about this tournament stuff, like in-season tournament stuff. I was not crazy about it. I wasn't. I was not at all. I wasn't. I promise I wasn't. I was not crazy about it. But I will say this. I think it's good for this team in particular. We're a young team. We're trying to learn. Wemby's trying to get accustomed to things. And this was a playoff atmosphere. It felt like it. I mean, it was a. I mean, as far as the crowd, I mean, it was absolutely full. You're on national television. OKC is bringing it to you, punch you in the mouth. This is a type of game that you need right now. And I think that the Spurs, because I don't believe they'll make the playoffs, it's good that they're getting this type of experience early on. So this in-season tournament couldn't have came at a better time, and it came as soon as we got Wemby. So that's good. At least that's good. You're so positive, man. That's my honest thoughts. I mean, this game was very frustrating. Like, don't get me wrong. There's not a lot of positive things I can take out of it, but I will say, I'm happy that we played this game. I mean, it gave them some type of idea of what the playoffs could look like. This is like mini playoffs, right? The officiating was really tough, dude. They were not. They weren't calling a bunch of stuff. And that's a good thing, right? Like in a normal regular season game, for instance, Julian had a really nice block. God, he had 3 blocks? He had 3 blocks this game? Okay. Dang, that alone will get you some minutes. And he had 4. Hold on, Julian had 4 steals and 3 blocks? God, was I so blinded by how bad we were playing that I didn't even notice? That's insane. Yeah, but he had 1 block in particular on Jalen Williams. Not the Jalen Williams that everyone like talks about, the other Jalen Williams. Wait, I don't think that Jalen Williams starts, does he? No, he doesn't start. Yeah, this Jalen Williams. He had a block on this Jalen Williams, and I feel like in a normal regular season game, they would have called a foul. So I can't really get mad. It was a clear block. And I know some people on Spurs Twitter got a little upset with the foul on Wemby, but let's be honest, Wemby did lose the ball, and in a playoff series, they're not going to call that. So I thought it was good. I think it was good that we got punched in the mouth. And just like the Miami Heat game where they punched us and we didn't punch back, this is what happens. You got to punch back. And we just kind of let them roll over us. But I don't know. Everyone want to focus in on Sochan, but honestly, that's just so weird to me. From the fact that Sochan is one of the youngest players on this team, and I will say with all confidence that him and Wemby defensively was engaged. Apparently, Julian was too, but they were engaged defensively. And I don't know. I feel like those two, while it was ugly, they don't necessarily deserve to be like stomped on. You know, I don't know. If we had Keldon, we still wouldn't have won this game. I'd see some people in the chat there. So terrible game, but it's something you can take out of it. Playoff game, that's what happens. Is Pop still not running plays? He's still not running plays. I think Pop was waiting for like the 20 game mark before he starts running plays, but he probably needs to fast forward that because this is looking bad. Oh my God, we're 3-8. How many games have we lost in a row? I don't know. Bad stuff. Not great. In the segment. All right, guys, give me a second. I need to turn my heat off. Like 5 or 6. We lost 6 in a row? It doesn't feel like 5 losses, 6 in a row. It doesn't feel like it. That's crazy. Hold on. It feels more like maybe 5 or 4, right? All right, I'm back. Trade for LaMelo. All right, calm down. Calm down. It's not time to trade. It's not time to trade. We're 11 games in. And let's be completely honest. You take any superstar in the league and you throw him on this team, we're not a playoff team. All right? It's just not a playoff team. Maybe Luka. Maybe. But this is not a playoff team. It doesn't really matter. Guys, by the way, I know this is going to be really random. Blake Wesley's mom watches our videos. Let me see. Can I show you her? My screen went black for a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you some of her comments. If I can find it. Just type in Blake. Oops. Blake Wesley Clan, the Spurs fan. Let's see, which one did she? I think it was on this one. Yeah, she commented on all of my Blake videos. Where is she? There she is. Leslie Wesley. That's his mom. She said Blake will be fine. Trust the process. Yeah, so his mom, and she commented on basically all of my Blake Wesley videos. She commented on this one. I don't know if she commented on this one. This is a good thumbnail. I think she commented on this one. I don't remember. Oh, wait. This is when I talk about the parents. Hold on. This dude is... Hold on. She had to comment on this one. Oh, she didn't see this one. This is the one she should have saw when I was talking about his parents. I was literally talking about his mom. See? Leslie, yeah. Man. Trust the process. Why isn't that guy named Mahmoud not playing? Probably because Bassey has played so well. Dude, it's a layup line. Like I said before, though, the biggest issue I'm having with the Spurs right now is the lack of closeouts, the lack of rotations, the lack of communication defensively. It's like we got some good individual defenders. Sochan, Devin, Wemby. Individually, they're fine. But the team defense is terrible. I mean, and it's a lot of it just seems like a lack of effort, too. I don't know what that's about. Dang, I made a lot of Blake Wesley videos. I didn't realize it. Yeah, I didn't realize I made so many Blake Wesley videos. Should I go back to this style? Yeah, I should go back to this style of thumbnails. I don't know. Can't win giving up that many points a night. It's just bad. Meanwhile, Primo is dominating. Isn't Primo in the G League? Primo's in the G League, right? Has he been playing NBA games? I didn't think he's been. Shaq was right, Clan. What's Shaq say? I don't know. What I didn't like was Barkley saying that Vassell takes bad shots. Don't really. I don't know. All right, so let me show you guys something, okay? All right. All right, let's talk about Sochan, okay? Everyone hates on Sochan. Everyone hates him. Everyone thinks he's trash, blah, blah, blah. I thought this was great. I actually recorded this. As soon as I saw this, I had to put it on Twitter. But as you can see, SGA gets fouled by Malachi. Malachi attempts to help him up. And Sochan said, yeah, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. And unfortunately, things like this, people that are Spurs haters, Sochan haters, really. No one's really, it's not to me Spurs haters. It's more Sochan haters. People that are Sochan haters, they are quick to call this corny only when you lose. If the Spurs would have won, they would have said, yeah, I love that mentality, blah, blah, blah. Let me say this, okay? Sochan is struggling a little bit, but you know who else is struggling? The entire team. Everybody on this team is struggling. Like there's not like this great team right now where everyone's playing together and then Sochan's the odd man out. Okay, it's not like a Bryn Forbes situation where we can point to him and say, "Oh my God, you're a liability defensively." He's not. Sochan is not a liability. The only problem right now is that he's not accustomed to the point guard position, and he hasn't been terrible all season. It's been quite a few games where he's been decent at point guard. It's just one of those times where this team looks so bad this game against OKC because you're going against them in this tourney in which the refs were definitely officiating like it was a playoff game. OKC defensively is so good, and they were suffocating. I mean, you couldn't make a pass. It was absolutely suffocating. So it was really tough in that regard. And then on top of it, there was no real true backup point guard to come in because Trey Jones was hurt. So yeah, there's nothing here. Like, we were going to struggle. This was going to be a tough game regardless. But I think overall, I'm not super angry. I just think that our effort wasn't necessarily there as a team defensively. But good God, the amount of people coming in and saying Sochan is trash, Sochan is this, Sochan is that. Chill out. Like, I think Sochan, his mentality is great. And you hate him right now, but you're going to love this when they're an actual championship team again. They're a playoff team again. You're going to love this type of energy. This stuff is important. This is culture right here. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with what he just did there. He's a nasty player. He's not a nice guy, all right? He's pretty mean. And I think that we're going to love that meanness when he's actually back in the position that he's used to. But I don't think that him running point guard is a terrible thing right now. I think Sochan running point guard is going to be very beneficial for the future, and that is fine. You're going to have growing pains. It's going to be bad at times. But, man, I couldn't believe how many people solely put this on Sochan when, in actuality, him, Julian, Wemby, those three in particular, individual defense was pretty good. SGA had a tough time whenever Sochan was on him. Unfortunately, Sochan wasn't on him a ton, obviously. But when Sochan was on him, he had a tough time. So individually, it's good. It's just as a team defensively, it's bad. Not a lot of communication. Not a lot of good closeouts. Rotations are lazy. They really need to get together. And offensively, right now, Popovich has even said himself, he's kind of letting the guys run it, see, what they like, what they don't like, getting each other involved. But as time goes on, probably in the next 5 games or so, Pop is going to start running plays again. He's going to have to. But as of right now, he's fine, dude. I can't believe how many. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay, I got so confused, July. I got so confused, dude, because your takes are usually good. So I was like, why is he putting Fire Pop? But he said Fire Pop and Hard Clan the Spurs fan. Okay. It was a joke. Okay. I got nervous. I was going to lose my mind. I was going to I'm joking. Okay, I was going to absolutely lose my mind, dude. I knew you had to been joking. I knew you had to be joking. But yeah, overall, though, I love this nastiness from Sochan. I hate that so many people hate. And no one was saying any of this when the game was close. It was as soon as OKC took off that now everyone blamed Sochan. And mind you, Sochan almost didn't play this game, all right? He played this game hurt. By the way, that flop they call, I'm not trying to be biased here at all. If a guy flops, he flops, all right? Manu Ginobili is my favorite player of all time. He flopped all over the place, all right? He would have a hard time with the rules of today if he was in the league, okay? Because he loves to flop. He just flopped all over the place. But that flop call that they called on Sochan, I don't think that was a flop at all. And it pissed me off because even the commentators were saying, oh, yeah, he flopped on that play. And I was like, what? I don't see the flop. I saw his leg get caught, and he tried to catch himself. I didn't see a flop. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then the tech on Wemby when he bounced up ball hard but lost it and it went up. It's like, come on, guys. Like, let that one go. He was pushed a little. Well, he was pushed, and then his leg got caught. I just don't think that was a flop. I don't know. That's besides the point. All I want to say is leave Sochan alone. It's not all his fault. The team as a whole played terrible. It is what it is. All right? It is what it is. Keep Sochan, Keldon, Dev, and... Wait, what? Keep Sochan, Keldon, Devin, Keldon, Branham. All right, you said Keldon twice. Sure. Whatever. Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let me tell you guys something. All right, let me tell you a little something. Let me tell y'all something about me. I got 9 cars. I don't need no key. Okay, listen. If you guys would like to enter a giveaway, because I will be doing a giveaway of $200 worth of Spurs tickets. So it's $200 value, and all you have to do is go to the link in my description, download Mojo Fantasy app, send me a DM, whether it be on Twitter or on Instagram, just proving that you have downloaded the app from my link, and boom, bam, you are entered into the giveaway. All right. So if you guys, and this is Spurs tickets anywhere. Okay. It's not just in San Antonio. It's not just in Denver. I don't know why I brought up Denver, but it's anywhere. So if you guys are interested, please download the app and sign up. All you have to do is download it, sign up from the link in my description. And yeah, you're good to go. And just send me a send me a DM to let me know that you entered it. So yeah, good stuff there. But overall, yeah, tough game. Clan Collins is bad. We'll talk about Collins. I don't think Collins is bad. I think that's another thing too. I know some people are like, oh my God, and we just gave him this contract. His contract isn't that crazy. Like, if you look at other players that are making around that range, he's definitely worth that. So his contract is fine. I think he's playing to his contract. But Collins fumbles the ball sometimes, whatever. I think that he's a little too hesitant. I wish it was a little bit better high-low action with him and Wemby. It's kind of hesitant, but yeah. Collins is backup center most. Well, I mean, at that point, it's like, who do you start ahead of Collins? Maybe Bassey? Maybe. I don't know. John Wall's a free agent. You don't want John Wall, dude. We're not tanking. But we're going to lose a lot of games. Give Bassey a chance or Mamu. The only reason why I'm not angry with that, July, if we were to give Bassey a chance, is because the one thing that Zach Collins is supposed to do, and the whole reason why we're matching him at center, moving Wemby at power forward, all that good stuff, is because he's supposed to stretch the floor. But from what I've seen thus far, Bassey and Wemby seem to have more of a chemistry on the court than the other way around. Also, I'm getting tired and sick of Spurs players not making that extra pass. I'm not accustomed to that, not used to that, don't like it. We do not make many extra passes, and that's frustrating. Like, it's like you're taking a good shot, but there's a better shot right there. You know? I saw that a lot. Malachi did it once. Devin Vassell does it, but I know Devin Vassell's like the most efficient scorer or whatever. But yeah, that's very frustrating. It bothers me a little bit. Bassey and Jones are what? Can you guys give me 1 second? Give me 1 millisecond, okay? Give me one. Hold on. Give me a second. Here. You won't be bored, I promise. Here's a name an animal. Just name an animal. Chat, name an animal. Any animal. First person to name an animal wins nothing, but coyote's too easy. Giraffe? Okay. Oh. This works. Here, we'll just do. Did anyone put lion? Chicken? Eagle? Chupacabra? Tiger? All right, this works. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Did you guys enjoy the dancing? Let me see something. I need to do something really quick that I forgot to do. Let's go to Twitter. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Copy that. Let me go to live stream. Just edit this bad boy. Save that. And also, I need to go to my YouTube studio and fix something. We got more stuff to talk about, by the way. Don't you fret. Don't you guys worry. We got plenty to talk about. Where the heck is the... Oh, upload defaults. That's what it is. Stupid me. All right, let's put it after this one. Can I paste it? There we go. And then let me copy this. I'm just doing this so I don't forget for later. And so it makes it easier for you guys to get to the links when I talk about stuff. There we go. All right, I saved it. All right, okay. Bilal? Oh, dude, that would have been great if we could have got him. Yeah. Man, Cason Wallace, he's exactly who I thought he was going to be. That's kind of frustrating. It would have been cool if we could have got him in the draft. He's exactly who I thought he was going to be. All right, let's see here. Wait, what are people's reaction to this? Oh my goodness. How do you feel about this? Sorry, Sochan STD? I don't know. Got a flop. Tech plus a 2,000 fine. Why in the F doesn't Pop bench his BCA? Did you mean the B word in A? The A, is that what you meant to say? BCA? The B word doesn't end with a C. He's a effing joke. Freaking clowns. And he's supposed to be the point guard. You kidding? Pop and Sochan can 69 each other. These are the types of people that criticize Sochan. All right, this is what brain capacity we're working at. This is how many brain cells it takes to criticize Sochan. This is why they treat him like their personal B. Jeremy is a joke. Get off this experiment. Now it's getting old, turnover after turnover. Did he watch the game? Did he actually watch the game? Oh crap, I don't have it up no more. Oh yeah, I do. What does he mean turnover? He was the point guard. He had 3 turnovers. Zach Collins had 5. Wembanyama had 5. McDermott had 4. The veteran, Doug McDermott, had 4. And Sochan was the point guard. And he had less turnovers than Zach Collins, Victor Wembanyama, and McDermott. And he had the same amount of turnovers as Malachi Branham. Why is everyone focusing in on Sochan? What the heck? What are we talking about? It's Sochan's fault that the whole team turned the ball over. Like, what are we talking about? Anyways, there's some other stuff, though. Hold on. Where is... I think I liked it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. This is a long time coming. I should have been talked about this. I have not seen this. So... All right, guys. This is a long time coming. I should have talked about this before. So I have not watched this, but I got this sent to me quite a few times. These guys talking about Wemby, and I saw quite a few Spurs fans reposting this and saying this is why I don't listen to sports radio, which I don't know if this is sports radio. I have no idea what this is. Hold on, this is their YouTube page. Let's see. And that's their thumbnail for this. The Dan Lebatard. 164K. Okay, I don't know who. I have no idea. Yeah, I genuinely don't know who this is. Who are these people? I don't watch. All right, so let's take a look. Apparently, they were talking trash about Wemby, I think, or something. Let's listen.
You want the take that Mike has now pretty exclusively nationally, which is, and this is odd, because nobody roots for Goliath. But Mike is alone in rooting against Wemby. And one of the reasons that you want the take, I think, Chris Cody, is because well, wait a minute. If Jokic is going to be met with this kind of yawning and
Jokic
difference because he's unfair, if I make another person 7-4 and unfair, what am I doing to your sport if you can't beat these people?
Yeah, but Jokic is 20 times the player that Wemby is.
That's a little extreme.
No. If Wemby were 2 inches shorter, he'd be 7'2" Terry Rozier. He went 4 for 14 last night.
He would be Terry. Are we just saying names? If he was 6'6", he'd be Kobe. If he was 7'3", 6'3", he'd be Yao Ming. If he was 5'4", he'd be Allen Iverson. I don't know. Like, are we just saying like names? What is that? That's like a non-analysis there that he will be Terry Rozier. That makes no sense. In what way would he be like Terry Rozier if he was shorter? That makes no sense.
He is a rookie.
Mike, he's 19.
I'm sorry, you're going to excuse 4 for 14 by saying he's a rookie?
First game at the...
Yeah? Wait, is this dude just hating just for the sake of hating? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, you can excuse 4 for 14 because he's a rookie, kind of, yeah.
Garden.
How old is he? Do I have his age wrong? Like, how? Isn't he? He's still growing.
Guys,
is he not?
Guys, he's taken number 1, and he's cheered on by the masses because he's so tall. And
Oh, wait.
it's unfair.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, and his defense. No, it got stupider. No, dude, it's because of his defense. It's because of how versatile he is at that height. It's because of the things that he can do with the ball. It's the fact that he took a really bad French team and took them all the way to the finals. That's why he's getting praise, because he's actually really good, and he's probably going to be one of the greatest players we've seen. That's why. Also, bringing up Jokic and saying Jokic is 20 times better. Well, was Jokic a better rookie than Wemby is as a rookie? I mean, that's what you really need to compare it off of. Like, at that point, it's like, yeah, he's great and all, but he's no LeBron. It's like, well, no, he's great, but he's no Michael Jordan. It's like, well, yeah, no, he's not. Like, what are we talking about?
You see that guy go up? It's unfair. Come on.
He was born after the Marlins won their last World Series.
He's not a good basketball player. He's not good. He's just tall.
He's just
tall.
He's
Jokic, tall and amazing basketball player.
Juju, put it on the poll, please. Ken.
Jokic as a rookie, he averaged 10 points per game, a steal, 0.6 blocks, 2.4 assists, and 7 rebounds, 22 minutes per game. That's what he averaged as a rookie. Wembanyama as a rookie, 19.7 points thus far per game, a steal per game, 2.4 blocks per game, 2.5 assists, and 8.8 rebounds per game. That's all I have to say.
Someone call you not a good basketball player when your career high in your 5th game is larger than Bill Russell's.
Yao Ming, tall, good basketball player.
I mean, Yao Ming was a good basketball player. Why isn't Wemby a good basketball player?
Wemby, not there yet. Let's stop crowning this guy.
Okay.
And he doesn't need your help at all.
If you want to be
Hey, who had the worst plus minus in Madison Square Garden last night? You want to guess?
Was it still Julius Randle? God, I hope so.
good guess.
Please. It was actually Julius Randle. No. Julius Randle had the best at plus 31. You know why? Penicillin came in the form of Victor Wembanyama.
Chris Cody,
Julius Randle's been the worst player in the league. And then when Wemby came to town, he's like, thank God. Slump buster.
They have no idea how to even respond to what he's saying. Okay, so there was that. And then I was going to get on that, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And then someone sent me this one, and this is separately a few days later. And I think he's still on this.
I watched the game start to finish last night, and I found an unlikely ally in my crusade to save the game of basketball from Victor Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. I found it in Greg Popovich. Because Greg Popovich is coaching this young man exactly the way that you would want to if you want to protect the game of basketball against someone that should be illegal. And let's face it, he's too tall. Unreasonably tall. Unlawfully tall. Should not be allowed in the game.
Where is this going?
But thankfully, they
Yao was 22 as a rookie. Also, when people try to bring up, like, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, yeah, they don't compare the ages either with Wemby. Wemby's 19. He can't even drink. In America, he can't even go get a drink. He can't even go to a bar. He can go to a bar, but he can't get a drink.
I think they've got a perimeter player over there. An 8-foot perimeter.
He gotta order evaporated milk. He gotta order chocolate milk, bro.
Player that somehow does not keep his feet. Oh, thank God for the way that you are coaching Victor Wembanyama.
How many turnovers last night?
7.
Did you have? Yeah.
7. Did you know that he is worse from the field than Duncan Robinson? Did you know that he is worse from the field than Terry Rozier? Fact, Terry Rozier is 3 feet shorter than Victor Wembanyama.
Scary Terry.
That's not a fact.
That is a fact.
Huh?
That is not a fact.
Yes, it is.
It's a fact, Dan.
Terry Rozier is not 4'3". You don't get to make your own facts now. That's that you didn't even hear him.
Mario in the chat said Wemby's averaging nearly 20, 19.7 points per game, and Yao 13.7 as a rookie.
Your shit didn't do the math correctly.
Look it up.
On what 3 feet is. I don't have to. One of them's 7'4", the other one's not 4'4".
Thank God we are protecting the game of basketball by letting this guy pretend he's Kevin Durant. Oh, you know, he should be treated more like Giannis. We were talking about it before the show because he's got aspects to his game that he can develop once he settles in on the inside. But they don't want to get down to the fundamentals with him. It's crazy. I mean, keep your feet. Just put a hand in the air, Chief. What are you doing?
Get in the paint.
Let's get this guy on the inside.
I don't understand what he's saying. They don't want to teach the fundamental. What are we talking about? Are we just talking about in-game stuff like him experiment? He's been experimenting over the last couple years. Like he's still trying to figure out his game. He's 19 years old. When you're talking about the fundamentals, do you think that in practice they're not teaching the fundamentals? He literally getting coached not only by Popovich, but by Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker. These are his mentors. You don't think that he's getting the fundamentals? What are we talking about? The biggest jump in game that you usually see from players is after the offseason. So let him play the majority of this season, get his Rookie of the Year, maybe potentially Defensive Player of the Year award. Let the offseason play out. Let him develop even more, and then we'll see even better Wemby later. But like, what is he talking about? He's just saying things. This dude's just saying stuff.
And have him practice bounce passes for an entire practice.
Oh, no.
What year is it, Mike?
Fundamentals.
What year is it?
You literally have someone in your legendary franchise that is called the Big Fundamental.
Yeah.
Put him on the block.
Yes.
Keep your feet.
Preach.
Maybe take a charge or two.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Wemby, new strategy. You got 6 fouls. Let's make him earn it at the cup. Let's do a little some of that instead of pretending that he's Terry Rozier.
I don't know what to say. This dude was just saying things. I have no. I can't combat anything he said. It's just like nonsense. He's just spewing stuff, and he's excited to say it too. Like he's like, oh man, look at his face. He's just so excited to spew this nonsense. God, he looked like a Batman villain. They just want to attract clicks. Well, no one else in the room is even agreeing with it. I don't know what's going on with this dude. I think he's more so just frustrated with the fact that he's getting a lot of attention, which I guess I get it, but it's like, dude, he's 19. Like, it's all right. He's not going to come out the gate being freaking 96 Michael, you know? Next segment, please. Yeah, we got to get out of this. This was terrible. This was horrid. Don't know what he's talking about. Just saying things. There's nothing to really like get angry about, because I don't even know if he believes what he's saying. Yeah, very, very disingenuous takes here. I don't like it. It's lame. And we all know that Wemby's going to be great. Wemby's been doing fine. Has he had some struggles here and there? Sure. Is he still experimenting with his game? Sure. But at the end of the day, he's 19 years old. And it'll be all right. It's not that big of a deal. He's still ordering chocolate milk in bars, so whatever. All right. That was terrible. I don't regret watching it.
Keep your feet.
Oh my god. All right, there was some other stuff. Oh, how the heck did I miss this? Yeah, chat, how the heck did I miss this? Yo, how did I miss this? So yeah, Pat Bev. So many people have messaged me saying, "Are you going to talk about the Pat Bev thing?" I'm so sorry. I'm late to the punch on this, but Pat Bev on Jeremy Sochan is pretty great. I have watched this. This isn't one of those things where I never saw it in this a live reaction. I have seen it. I watched it at least once, maybe twice. I think I only seen it once. So yeah, we're gonna go through that. Now, before we do, really quick, let me tell you guys a little bit something. All right, let me tell you guys something about me. I got 9 cards. I don't need no key. No, Mojo. So let me tell you something. If you guys want to enter a giveaway, we're going to be doing a giveaway where we're giving away Spurs tickets, $200 worth of value for the total tickets. Okay. And that's anywhere. It's not just in San Antonio. It's not just in Oregon. It's anywhere. Okay. No matter where you are in the States, if you want to go see a Spurs game, you will get $200 worth of value on those tickets. Now, if you want to know how to enter, all you have to do is go to the link in my description. Click on that little link. It's going to say Mojo, Fantasy, all that good stuff. Download this app, sign up. It just simple steps, okay? Download the app from my link, sign up, and then send me a DM with proof that you signed up. That's all you got to do. Don't have to do anything else. And Mojo is a great new app when it comes to fantasy, when it comes to sportsbook props, all that great stuff. They have like a completely different system than what you're used to. So check out the app while you're there. But if you want to enter the giveaway, that's how you do it. Link in the description. Click on it, sign up, and then send me a DM, whether it be on Twitter or on Instagram, saying, "Hey, I just signed up on the app through your link." That's all you got to do. Real easy stuff, really simple. And shoot, you can even hit me with an email if you want. clanthespursfan@gmail.com. Hit me up there. That's fine too. And just let me know that you entered, and we will put you down. So anyways, all right. Listen. I don't know how I missed this. Pat Bev, take it away.
Jeremy Sochan. Colorful Dennis.
Is it just... people really don't care about the Spurs, right? Like, we get Wemby, and then everyone starts watching the Spurs. There is no way you mess up Sochan's name like that. Sochan, I think even Wemby say he's okay with Sochan or Sochan. How do you mess it up this bad? Sochan.
Jeremy Sochan. Colorful Dennis Rodman looking hair, who was barking at Devin Booker early on in the season.
Well, every blue moon, like, you get a superstar out of nowhere, right? And I don't mean nowhere. I mean, like, people didn't think Kawhi Leonard was going to be a superstar when he first came to the NBA. He gives me...
I did. Other Spurs fans thought that. Well, from his defense alone, we thought that. I don't think anybody really knew that his offense would be as great as it was. I mean, he was one of the most efficient scorers we've seen with the San Antonio Spurs. I would say that the most efficient player we've had since Kawhi. I don't know. Would we count LA? I don't know if we would count LA. I guess we would count DeMar DeRozan. Probably DeMar DeRozan and then Vassell.
He gives me those vibes.
Whoa.
Yeah, he gives me elite player vibe.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's tough as shit. You can't punk him. He's a fucking sponge. His motor is so fucking high. Like, you got everything you ask from a basketball player, and with size. So, like, sky's the limit for that kid. He can play off the block.
Thanks, Steven Scott. Steven Scott donating $4.99. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Small defenders, like, over time, over strength, over repetition. Spurs, you know, they cross every T, dot every I. He's in a really good position. I'm very excited to see how he looks.
What was it like playing against him? Have you ever faced him in your career?
I faced him. He went at me twice. Like, usually people go at me, I bump their ass, you know, take them off their route, and then they, you know, give it up. He go at me. I think I get blocked. He go at me again. I get still. I look motherfucker crazy, but he don't get no fuck.
So he earned your respect in that moment.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
See, this is what you want to hear right here, okay? Now, I've already said, I've been on record saying that I think Sochan's going to be a star. I've said that last season. Every Spurs fan agreed with it for some reason last season, and now he struggles a little bit as a point guard, and everyone just says, no, he's not. But I've said that before. I still believe that that's the case. And when it comes to him, his turnover ratio is actually not as bad as it could be. There's this notion that he's turning the ball over at a crazy clip, but at least over the last, especially this last game, he only had 3 turnovers, and we looked at comments. One comment in particular, dude losing his mind, saying how much he's turned it over, and he turned it over 3 times as the point guard, and you had Wemby with 5, Zach Collins with 5, Doug McDermott with 4. He's not terrible with the ball in his hands. All right, he's not god awful. Okay, but with that being said, he has a controlled recklessness to him. Okay, he will go at you. He doesn't like Pat Bev said, he doesn't care. But he's not afraid. I think it's more so he's not afraid of making mistakes, and that's huge for a young player. The fact that he's a sophomore and he's not afraid at all whatsoever of making a mistake here and there is good stuff. I don't think that he's as out of control as people make it out to be. I think that he's one of the more controlled players that we have. But overall, I do like the direction that Sochan's going. I think that he's going to be really good as time goes on, and I think people really need to chill out. I said this time and time again, but I personally have a 4-year rule in which I give a player at least 4 years before I start like heavily criticizing them. Like I'm not gonna jump on a rookie and say you're trash, you're garbage. I'm not gonna jump on a sophomore player and say that they're garbage, or they're trash, or whatever. That's, sophomore slump for a reason. Give them some time, okay? And then after that 4-year mark, I think it's fair to start questioning things and start seeing where should guys really improve. But thus far, Sochan, one thing in particular that no one could have saw coming, his 3-point shooting is so much better. Actually, hold on. Let me bring this up because I actually don't know the stat on the back of my head. I apologize, but we type in Jeremy Sochan here. And we go to not career, you see, do see all. And we can see his rookie year, his 3-point percentage, 24.6%. And I know it's super early, but right now, 38.9%. So much. This is ridiculous. This is a huge jump. If he could stay around 35, that's a gigantic jump, okay? And a huge confidence boost. So I think that's something to keep in mind as well. And keep in mind that he doesn't really have anybody on the team that's setting him up beautifully for these 3-point shots, okay? There's been a couple that's been contested a little bit. He still knocked them down. Most of the time they are a little open because teams aren't expecting him to shoot or expecting him to hit it. But man, oh man, because teams are going to start guarding him a little bit better, and this percentage will go down. I don't think it'll stay at 38.9, 39% or whatever. But if he can keep it around 35, 34, that's another thing just added to his game. So not only with him learning as a point guard and getting better and better each game, and that will be beneficial to put in his toolbox for later, he will also have a good, respectable 3-point percentage, which you can't leave him open. And then we already know his first step is not too bad, and he can use his physicality to get past you as well. He's going to be a bad man, okay? Bad man. Not to mention that his go-to shot, that kind of like spin fade, I don't actually know what you would call it. Spin jumper? Spin shot? I don't know what you call it. It's outside the paint. That hasn't been going down, and that's like his bread and butter, and that was his bread and butter in college. So hopefully he can get that shot to start going down again. He's going to be a really bad man, okay? So I'm proud of Sochan, me personally. I know that he's frustrating with the losses, but I think he's going to be totally fine. But yeah, we're getting blown out, guys. Wake up. Yeah. We are. We have. Yeah. We're a young team. Yep. We're getting our butts spanked sometimes. But hey, you gotta take it. You gotta keep moving on. Bring back Primo. Come on. Can you guys stop? Primo is in the G League right now, isn't he? Chat, please. Is he in the G League right now? Please tell me. Someone let me know. We're tanking. We're not tanking. We're losing. We're gonna lose. No, he's on the Clippers. No, I know he's on the Clippers, but isn't he in the G League right now? Am I crazy? I know that Primo's in the G League right now. Does no one in the chat knows? No one's been keeping up? Is Primo in the G League or not? Clan, what would you give up for Levine? Nothing. A ham sandwich. I would not give him up. Thank you, Ruru. Okay, he's in the G League. Okay. Primo's in the WNBA. Oh, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. That would be bad. That would be bad. Oh, that's worse. I was trying to be positive. Oh, that we're not tanking, we're just losing. Yeah, that is worse. What would you give up for Ivy? Oh, I would give up anyone that name isn't Fasel, Wemby, Jeremy Sochan, or Malachi. That's what I would give up. And maybe a first round pick. One. Maybe. They might be kind of desperate to get rid of him, though. What the F is wrong with our team, dude? That's what Ruru said. I think it's just a mixture of things. Number one, I know this is gonna be redundant, okay? But we are young. It just is what it is. The team is young. So that's number one. You're a very young team. Number two, this game in particular was really tough because it was a tournament game and it felt kind of like a playoff game at times. So there's that. You don't have a true point guard, and then with Trey Jones being out this game in particular, that makes it pretty tough. What else? Effort defensively. We have good individual defenders, but it takes a lot of communication and chemistry to be a good defensive team. And I just don't know if they're just not doing it. They're just not a good defensive team as a unit. The rotations are late. The closeouts are terrible. But yeah, and then in the midst of all that, you got so much media attention, so much pressure on you, and then Wemby trying to learn his game, and the team wants to go to him. Like, you can tell that the team wants for him to just take over, and he's done it a few games this season already, but these games are really tough. And that was another thing too. I know we're 3-8, but guys, I was expecting us to be 1-10 because the Spurs here. The Spurs schedule is absolutely nuts. Since here after the Rockets game, I was expecting us to lose basically all these games. The fact that we beat the Suns twice was crazy. Raptors took them to overtime. We were at least competitive. And then it's just a bunch of losses after that. But close games. The Heat game and the Timberwolves game were pretty close. But what's happening here is you're running into teams that, first off, with the Toronto Raptors, we just didn't match up well with them. Like, they're a very physical team, long physical team, and that's going to always mess us up right now. With the Suns, we matched up pretty well with them, so we could get some W's out of that. Pacers are just a really good team, and we don't match up well with them. And they have a star in Halliburton. And then you got the Knicks, which they're a little bit more of a seasoned team, know what they're doing, beat us up. Timberwolves, they got Anthony Edwards. You got a superstar. Because that's the thing right now. While Wemby's going to be a superstar, he's not a superstar. In the NBA right now, he's not a superstar. Could he be Rookie of the Year? Yes. Could he be Defensive Player of the Year? Yes. But that doesn't mean that you're a superstar right now. We don't have a superstar, and he's still learning. And then you go against the Heat, they're finals contenders. And then the Thunder, they have a superstar in SGA. And I think that's what it's really coming down to. With the Suns, they have superstars, but we did match up very well with them. And this is before the Fasel injury, because Fasel got injured in that second game. And then after that, it's just been kind of wonky because he's been in and out and not playing as often as we used to. So, I don't know. How old is George Hill? George Hill will be a really good player to bring in. I'm going to guess. George Hill's what? 36, 35. That's my guess. Let's see. 37. I said 36, 37. I think he lives in Texas. He does live in Texas. Let's just all jump wagon to the Nuggets fan base. I do like the Nuggets. All right, let's see. This good news, the Spurs will have fighting chance against some teams that are actually bad. Bad news, we must prepare to witness some of the most unethical basketball in NBA history. Clippers are struggling right now. It's all right, guys. We're going to get some more wins in. It's just tough right now. Clan, check out Draymond choking Rudy. What? Rudy Gobert next time he has to play Draymond Green. Okay, what happened? Draymond when he saw Rudy Gobert in the brawl. Baby Boy is one. That's one of those movies that when I saw it as a kid, I was like, oh, this is a good movie. And then I was afraid to watch it when I got older because I thought it would be a bad movie, but still a pretty good movie. It's not bad. Not bad. Not a masterpiece or nothing, but all right, hold on. I can't get copyrighted. Hold on. I don't want to see this. All right, here's the brawl. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude. What the heck? Oh, he did grab Clay. That's so funny. Oh my God. He wouldn't let him go. He wouldn't let him go. Are you joking? Is he still on him? Oh my God. Dude. It's all over the news. This was an hour ago? Dude. Oh my God. Draymond is definitely getting suspended for this. You can't do that. He dragged him all the way down the court. Dude, he dragged him all the way. Look at this. What the heck? This is so... Didn't they just play the Timberwolves? Oh my gosh. People hate Rudy Gobert though. Draymond thought he was in WWE. Oh, dude, he's getting suspended. He's about to be suspended. Oh, easily. Easily. It's like at least a 2-3 game suspension. You can't do that. God, Draymond. That's funny though. They help me. That's crazy. Look at that. God, everyone makes Rudy Gobert look so bad. I mean, Rudy Gobert got into it with his own team. I remember he punched his teammate. Wasn't it Kyle Anderson that he punched? Draymond with Rudy. Is that Suge Knight? God, I hate Suge Knight. All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Terrible. Sochan is pretty nasty. He is nasty. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. Let's see. Is there a Spurs? I know if Popovich is talking, that would be interesting because I know he ain't happy. This isn't one of those games where he'll take anything positive out of it. I don't think. There we go. Let's see. 7 minutes ago, 22 minutes ago. All right. 1 minute? Pop talked for 1 minute, dude. When's the next Spurs game? Does the chat know? He talked for 1 minute Friday. Oh, it's a while. Oh man, it's a while. All right. Wow, 1 minute. Oh, Pop's gonna be pissed off, dude. This is not. If I was a reporter, I would not want to talk to him after this game.
Well, it's. I realize it's a young team, but there has to be Two things have to happen. At one point, you have to get tired of getting your ass kicked. And secondly, you have to understand that it's a 48-minute game. We played 22 good minutes in the first half. The last 2 minutes of the first half, we turned it over 3 times.
See, like I said, I did not think Pop would take out of this game a lot of positivity. That's really what it came down to. Like, that's the thing. It's like offensively, don't get me wrong, it was so many times in which we looked kind of flimsy, making like ill-advised passes. But the problem that I've seen over the course of the last at least couple games is that the Spurs got punched in the mouth and we didn't punch back. And I don't think that that's just solely a Sochan issue. I don't think it's solely just a Wemby issue. I think it's a team as a whole issue. They're just not punching back. And I feel like Sochan, he doesn't take anything from no one, okay? He is punching back. Wemby's still trying to figure himself out. Malachi at times gets kind of down on himself. But just overall, yeah, it's just this mentality of like getting punched, and then we kind of like just kind of pushed them a little bit. And you know what would really help? Like, we'll listen to what Pop had to say, but I think what would really help is if people could find Wemby for easy points. Like, we're leaving at least 10 or 12 points on the board, like free points. And those are easy points. And when you get punched in the mouth, I think it is good to take not necessarily easy shots, but you don't take ill-advised shots. You don't jack up a bunch of threes, okay? You try to get in the paint, you try to punch them back. And I feel like the Spurs just aren't doing that. And defensively, the closeouts are terrible, the rotations are terrible. And this isn't something that needs to be like, this isn't like a Pop issue right now, right? Like these are professional basketball players. They know how to close out. They do. They're just not doing it. They're just getting down on themselves so quickly. And I don't know if that's lack of veteran presence, because I don't think that that's the case. But, I mean, let's not act like McDermott as a veteran is just the beacon of defense. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But they, like Popovich said, they need to actually care about getting whooped. I mean, I'm very shocked that OKC didn't just go the Memphis route and just start playing whoop that trick from Hustle and Flow. I am so surprised they didn't play that song. Well, they're in Oklahoma, so maybe not. But still.
And executed nothing. And I don't know if that's taking things for granted. We had other games we played well for all 48. So that inconsistency is bothersome and disappointing. But it's got to be figured out. And part of that is being physical and competing your ass off for 48.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that consistently.
Yeah.
Did you see anything in their body language at timeouts?
Well, I don't know how else to tell you. I just told you.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't know how else to tell you. I just told you.
He said, did you see anything in body language? Is that what he said? Hold on.
Is being physical and competing your ass off for 48. And we're not doing that consistently.
Did you see anything in their body language at timeouts?
Well, I don't know how else to tell you. I just told you.
How do you think Julian didn't shoot the ball well at that start? But how do you
You know, that's interesting. The last time out, I said, Julian, you finally look like you're comfortable and you're playing basketball, not worried about making mistakes or where you need to be. You're just playing the game. So I thought he did a good job. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. He was happy with Julian. You know, we'll do Wemby in a separate segment. But yeah, overall, I do agree with Popovich had to say. That's really what it comes down to. And it's the same it's the same redundant stuff that we see from Spurs fans like every single game, right? Like not so much my chat, but like we've seen it like on Twitter. Spurs lose, what do you hear? Fire Pop, Sochan sucks, trade everybody. Like that's the go-to. But in actuality, as a team as a whole, I wasn't just watching this game keying in on one player. Like, I thought Sochan individually played good defense. I thought Wemby individually played fine defense. But it was so many times where players just didn't put their hands up. They didn't even close out. They didn't rotate over. There was no communication. That's a team thing. They got to get that together, man. They got to get that together and punch back. Stop just taking the punches. Punch back. And this has been a problem for at least the last few games. Maybe at least 4 or 5 games. But this isn't like a sole one-player problem. As you can see, I mean, he didn't play this game, but as you can see, I'm not going into any of these games with just saying, it's just Keldon. It's just Keldon Johnson's fault. Like, because there's been games where Keldon Johnson, messed up at the end of the games, but it's not like, oh, it's just Keldon. It is a team thing. There's a reason that this team is losing games, and it's not just that they're young. It's a team effort thing as well. So there's that. This Spurs team as a whole is hard to watch. It's hard to watch, especially when Wemby can't get going, and it's not that much. It's not a lot of fun to watch. But it's okay. Look, guys, it's okay. We're going to lose a lot of games this season. All right. It's not going to last forever. We actually genuinely do have a tough schedule starting off this early on. So I expect the Spurs to get a few more wins in the next couple weeks. All right. So we'll be okay in that regard. I think by the end of the season, we'll have a better record than we did last season. But it would be still good not to make the playoffs right now. I mean, not necessarily good. Okay. Because obviously it would be great if they did make the playoffs. I'm not really tripping about it right now. But in this upcoming draft, we can get our point guard. We can possibly get a defensive small forward, but most importantly, we can get our point guard in this upcoming draft in the lottery. That would be great. I personally really like Cadeau. I know you guys have been sending me some guys as well that I need to look into, but we'll be fine. I don't even know if Cadeau's going to be in this upcoming draft, though, because he's only 17 right now, so I don't even know if he's going to enter it. He might just wait another year. Who knows? I want Derek back. I do love Derek White. I do love me some Derek White, but I don't want Derek to come back. He's in a great position right now. Like, I would much rather him try to win a championship. So, yeah. Let's see. Any other things that you guys are talking about? Spurs need a real point guard. I'm willing to show up to practice tomorrow. Bro, no offense, but your name is I Love Big Booties. I don't think that the Spurs need you. Did Keldon load manage? Probably. It is no serious injury, so probably. Then again, Keldon and Trey out was killer. Yeah, definitely Trey, because there was no control, and even Keldon has ran a little bit of the offense as well. So yeah, it was pretty bad. But I don't necessarily think if those two play, we win this game. I just don't think it was such a team struggle. Till it makes it really hard for me to believe that those two would have made a gigantic difference. If those two were superstars for this team, maybe, but it was such a big issue with the team as a whole. I think they would have still lost. I don't know. We need Murray back. I'm sorry, that was childish. I don't want Murray back. Murray doesn't want to be in this system. He said the way this system's set up, we're going to be losing for 15 years. He don't want to be over here. All right, it's in this segment. All right, hold on. Let's do something real quick. Image. Hold on. I want to put, I don't know why my sponsor thing wouldn't just pop up how I wanted it to. Let's get rid of all of that. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't just pop up. That's so weird. What the heck? Oh, there it is. We're definitely gonna look at this. But where is image? Is this one? Oh, it is that one. Okay, cool. All right. All right, chat. So we this will probably be the last segment of the night, more than likely. Wemby looks upset. He doesn't look too happy, okay? Wemby does not like losing. We've already known what Wemby has said about losing. He said, my favorite thing to do in the world is win. Like that's what I love to do more than anything. So yeah, so if you were wondering, does he like Call of Duty more than winning? No, winning is number one priority. That's what he loves to do. I don't know why I brought up Call of Duty. That's just so random. 1996, bro. What the heck are we talking about in the chat? I have no idea. Guys, can we focus? Can we focus on Wemby? Can we focus a little bit? But yeah, Wemby in this game, he had a terrible game, but he wasn't the only one. Everyone in this game had a terrible game. Awful defensive showing. But somehow, some way, Sochan got all the blame for it. But yeah, he got all the blame for it. Now, before we talk about this, let's talk about our sponsor partnership for this video and the season, BetUS. I'm going to allow them to take it away now.
BetUS, America's favorite sports book, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right. So yes, BetUS. As you guys know, we talked about it so many times on this channel before, but I'm not done with it yet. If you guys want to sign up for BetUS, there's so many different things that you can bet on. All you have to do, you go over to BetUS, enter the link in my description, by the way, jump over here. We probably care more about basketball, right? And there's so many different things that you can bet on. Some of the ones that's just straight up right off the bat that I always find pretty interesting is championship futures. So you can see here who has the least shot at a championship. Funny enough, it's not the Spurs. It's not the Spurs. It's almost the Spurs. But Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets, out of curiosity, let's see. If we put just 25, you put in 25, you get $25,000 if the Charlotte Hornets were to make it or win the championship. But anyways, that's besides the point. All you guys have to do, go to the link in my description. You'll receive a 125% bonus. That means if you put $100 in, you're going to get 125 free bucks to play with. So please, link in my description. Go check it out. There's so many different things to bet on, so many different props and sports books. It's some great stuff. So yeah, BetUS. Good, great, wonderful stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this video. Where I lost it already. Oh God, this makes me sad just looking at it. Look at his face. Look at his face, dude. Should we speed it up? Nah, it's not speeded up. It's just listen.
Have you guys been able to sort of figure out what's going on there? And
yes, it's the big difference in the energy we put starting defensively. You know, tonight they were the they were going at us and we weren't going at them.
Would it? I'm not a genius. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. All right. Many of people have said this, but I do feel validated. I will say that I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Okay, when it comes to basketball, I know the San Antonio Spurs, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But good God, I feel validated right now. Did I not say this like 50 million times during this live stream? Is that the Spurs keep getting punched in the mouth and they're not punching back? It's like constant. It's like beyond the fundamentals. It's beyond. It's a mental thing at this point. It's beyond anything else. It's like people are saying the problem is we don't have a point guard. The problem is we don't have this. The problem is that we don't have that. The problem is this. The problem is this player. The problem is we need to trade this player. The problem is Popovich. And it's like, no. The problem is the team just isn't fighting back yet. like they did early in the season, but after, and we played some tough games and it's been tough, but last few games just been getting your butt whooped and not fighting back. It's frustrating. Like, you got to fix that before we start talking about what is it that the Spurs need to do on a fundamental basis. I don't know. Play hard first. I agree on the mental side. It's definitely a mental thing. They're not closing out. Like, these are professional NBA players, okay? They know how to close out. All right? This isn't a middle school team. They know how to close out. It's just the effort isn't there. They're like demoralized. They get punched and then they just like lay down. It's like, oh, well, guess we're not winning this one. I don't know what's up with that. And it's not every player. It's just as a whole. I feel like Sochan, Wemby been pretty consistent with trying to fight back. But one problem with Wemby, and he's a rookie, okay? But one problem with Wemby is I think that sometimes, and this is more of a team effort too, they need to, come in and say, hey, we need to get you some easy shots because he's not getting a lot of easy shots. But with Wemby, he'll start to settle for like 3-pointers. And they're not bad shots per se, but for him with his percentages, they are. So Yeah, I don't know. They need to punch them in the mouth, as in getting him the ball in the paint. And when you have the opportunity, lob it up and don't hesitate. I feel like Devontae Graham did a phenomenal job at that. It gave him the ball quickly when he saw it open. That's another reason why I like Cadeau. I think Cadeau would kill with a guy like Wemby.
Enough.
I'm sorry, I can't hear this guy at all. We just gotta listen to this.
You know, he's got a lot of responsibilities.
You're talking about Sochan,
both sides of the court, and he's doing his best to respect the coach's game plan. And yeah, you know, we got a long-term vision, and we're not close, but we're on the right path. You know, and
there it is again. Sochan playing point guard is a long-term vision. All right, it's not great right now. Short-term is gonna suck. Long-term is gonna be great. Doesn't mean that he's going to be our point guard for life. Doesn't mean that he's our primary point guard. Everyone knows Popovich isn't dumb. Everyone on the San Antonio Spurs know, we can see it too on our couches, that Sochan is more comfortable when he's at the power forward / small forward position. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows he's more of a post-scoring playmaker. He's not a straight-up point guard, all right? We all know it. Shut up about it, okay? This is a long-term thing. It's not something that's just going to... Just going to be like this forever. All right. It's a long-term project. It's going to be fine. And it's just going to be another tool in his toolbox. Good God. P-Mark, are you serious? Sochan needs to develop his point guard skills in the G League, not the NBA. Are we joking? Are you saying that Sochan needs to be in the G League? Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? Dude, not even Malachi's in the G League, right? You really think Sochan needs to develop his point guard skills in the G League? For what? So he goes to the G League, develops his point guard skills while we continue to lose? What are you talking about? We getting blown out too often? Is that Sochan's fault? Okay, let's take Sochan out of the mix and throw him in the G League. Then what? We're not getting blown out no more? It's all Sochan? The team as a whole tonight shot like 30%. Come on, man.
it's someday it's gonna pay off.
How does...
Oh, you see that? He just said it. Hold on. Someday it's gonna pay off.
On the right path, you know, and it's someday it's gonna pay off.
How does...
Cat punched Clay? Okay, I gotta look that up after this.
You guys have to help him balance the long-term vision part of this, and when he has these hiccups and things like that, to kind of tell him.
Hey, hiccups, you said?
When he has the mistakes, when
okay.
he makes these kind of, you know, playing through all this to know, hey, this is the long-term vision. We want you to do this. You have it back in the coach. You have it back in the players. How is it hard to kind of?
I mean, it's not. I mean, yes, for him, but just for anybody else, you know. There's I couldn't name one of us who didn't do mistakes, so it's the same for everyone.
Ruru just gave a super chat. Thank you for the $10, Ruru. She said, F that clan. If this continues, we will have another Lamarcus issue, and guys are going to demand trades and not want to be here. Pop not turning Sochan into Magic. Okay, that's not the point. All right, so first off with the Lamarcus Aldridge issue, the issue was Lamarcus came to the San Antonio Spurs thinking that he would be the main guy, and Kawhi ended up developing far ahead of what the Spurs even imagined, and he ended up being the main guy. So Lamarcus Aldridge was promised something that didn't necessarily pan out, but even yet and still, Lamarcus Aldridge, even though he asked out at that one point in time, he stayed with the team. All right, he believed in the team, he stayed with the team, and you know he basically did the rest of his good years with San Antonio. So first off, nothing happened with the Lamarcus Aldridge thing. All right, the outcome was he still stayed. Number two, the Lamarcus Aldridge issue is completely different than what we're seeing right now. And number three, Pop isn't trying to turn Sochan into Magic Johnson. That's not the point. It's just another tool in his toolbox for the future when we do get our point guard. It's just right now, as it stands, right here, the point of the San Antonio Spurs is still in the development mode. You're trying to win. You're trying to do your best to put yourself in position to get into the playoffs, hopefully, possibly. But that's not the whole point right now. The point is and here's the thing, the team buys into it. All right. Wembanyama just said that he buying into it. Basically, he's like, there's a long-term vision here. It's not just right now. It's a long-term vision. Nope. Pop tried to change Lamarcus' game instead of let him be him. That is not true. Popovich allowed Lamarcus Aldridge to play his game for the majority of his tenure with the San Antonio Spurs. The point in which it had to change was near the tail end, in which we needed him to be more of a stretch big. But obviously, he wasn't that. We just needed more threes, you know, in general. Even we tried to do it with DeRozan, that didn't pan out. But as far as Lamarcus Aldridge numbers, he had phenomenal numbers with the San Antonio Spurs. And when Kawhi left, it became Lamarcus Aldridge's team. It just wasn't, obviously not good enough. Pop even said it was true. Stop. What are you talking about? That he tried to change? Look, Popovich needed Lamarcus Aldridge to adjust because we had Kawhi Leonard. It wasn't this whole thing where he just said, "Okay, Lamarcus, you got to do this thing now. You only do this thing now." That's not what happened. And when Kawhi left, then it was just straight up just Lamarcus Aldridge free for all, and he put up his numbers, but we didn't do anything. But you had to adjust. I mean, Kawhi was that good. I don't know. Anyone else also enjoy when Ruru and Clan argue? We argue all the time. We're like brother and sister at this point.
Pop has told us a lot, but he's still just observing you, watching how you play, what you like, what you don't like. Do you enjoy the way he's coaching you right now? Is that something you appreciate?
Yeah, even though I know it's he's trying to learn from us just as much as we're learning from him, and it's gonna be, as I told you, it's gonna be a long-term project, and it's we are experimenting some stuff, but this is the way I like to play is when we win, so. We got a lot to adjust.
Saw he pulled you aside at a timeout, like middle of the.
Wait, what did he say? Hold on, what was that last part he said? Am I looking too into that? Hold on, let me listen to it again.
The way I like to play is when we win, so we got a lot to adjust.
Saw he pulled you aside at a timeout, like.
The way he likes to play is when we win. I don't think that's a criticism of what's going. I don't really. Chad, do you understand this part? I don't quite understand this part. I mean, I feel like, because I've been watching Wemby this whole season just with you guys, and I feel like he's played the same way the whole time. Well, actually, I feel like he's been less physical the last couple games. I don't know. What the F is Wemby supposed to say? He's trusting his coaches that this process is going to work. You can tell he's visibly upset, and I think it affects effort also. Yeah, I think the team as a whole is pretty upset with losing. But I don't know how much has changed from when we were getting W's. I mean, the first 4 or 5 games of the season, pretty doggone competitive, right? So, I don't know.
Middle of the third quarter, do you remember what he was telling you?
I'm a Spurs fan for years, and I hate how the Rockets have turned things around much faster than us. What? I don't know. I'm not going to yell at you anymore, P-Mart.
They coming off the floor, he grabbed you.
No, I don't remember.
What is it like seeing somebody like Chet Holmgren on the other team, somebody who's almost as tall as you, who does some of the things you do? What is that challenge like?
What is it like looking at Chet on the other end that does some of the same things you do? What's that challenge like? I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Chet plays within his system. He does a good job.
I mean, tall guys who handle the ball. There's almost one in every team now. The way basketball is evolving. It's a constant. How do you say? Adaptation. constant adaptation, you know, with the scouting report, and yeah, it's, you know, there's good players in every team, but there's also great players in almost every team, and it's always a challenge to react.
I know you guys.
And by the way, keep in mind that the scouting report for Wemby is stupid long. We looked at the example early on in the season, and I'm sure it's only gotten worse for us. But God, they had so much written there about how to handle Wemby, and I feel like Wemby. I don't want to say he allowed this because he hasn't necessarily allowed this, but it's well, no, I guess I could say this. Yeah, I could say that. I feel like teams have figured out Wemby in a way to kind of get him like not involved as much in the offense, and he hasn't fought back as strong as he probably could have.
Guard each other a ton tonight, but we talked a ton about you versus.
He's not counteracting it.
And it feels like we've talked it to death. This was only the first matchup in the regular season. Are you sort of, I guess, kind of exhausted with that comparison?
Are you exhausted with that comparison?
You weren't aware that people were comparing you guys?
I mean, of course, but just like every prospect's been compared to everyone.
I think your first game against him was
That's what's up.
the U19 World Cup a couple years
Victor. That's a good point, July. He probably just needs a haircut. I feel much better when my hair grows out and I cut it down and then I dye it. I feel better. See, look, I got it dyed right now. It's kind of okay. It's kind of fuzzy. I think it's because I got this hat on. It's usually more curly and looks better than this. But yeah, that makes me feel better. So I think he needs to just line it up a little. He got kind of the Prince of All Saiyans haircut going on right now. You know what I mean?
What do you remember about that game?
Well, I remember, you know, it goes back, but still it's something I keep on, you know, that's still in my mind. I remember being part of a great team, great national team.
Oh, yeah, Ruru, you need braided. Wait, can we have both? Not only do we need braided Wemby, we need dyed hair braided Wemby.
One of the teams I like to play along the most.
Prince of all prospects, yeah.
Good connections with each other. You know, great guys on that team, and it was a real pleasure to play in that campaign. And yeah, you know, I think we had, before the competition started, we probably had one team practice and still made it to the finals and made it almost all the way, you know. And tough stop, but it was a great experience.
Good stuff. All right, great stuff. Yeah, not a lot you can take from this game. I've said this already. I feel like I'm trying my best to be as even, like, fair about this whole thing as much as possible. Number one, obviously the Spurs need a point guard. That's not something that's going to happen right now. And with Sochan running the point guard, I think that that's a really good thing for the long term, okay? Number two, the Spurs need a defensive small forward, okay? And that might be something you can trade for, but it's fine either way if they did want to wait for that after this season. That's cool too. And number three, Greg Popovich needs to start calling plays. I mean, he has to start calling plays. It's getting so bad to the point where now I think that it's starting to become I said this earlier, but it's starting to become kind of dangerous not running plays. I mean, these guys are putting them I don't know why the spacing's terrible, and they're putting themselves in positions to get hurt at this point with some of these. I mean, these turnovers are atrocious, and then running into transition, they're putting themselves in positions to get hurt. It's very sloppy play, and it looks pretty bad. So, and Popovich has said that he's going to eventually start calling plays again. Right now, it was a matter of just seeing if they can kind of figure it out and figure each other out. But I think this team mentally is becoming a little bit more like demoralizing. But luckily you do, and this is where Keldon Johnson does come into play. Lucky you do have guys like Keldon and Sochan that can kind of keep that tough demeanor and help the team out a little bit. So I think we'll be fine. And keep in mind, guys, it's not like this team right now, even how it's constructed, is a winning team. Okay, it's a lot of mismatched players. it's a mixture of so many different players. Like this is not a team where you got the winning formula. I mean, I can't even go as far as to say it's built around Wemby. Wemby hasn't even figured out his game yet. You can't build around a player that hasn't figured out his game yet. So it's just ugly, and that's fine. It's fine. You know, you're not gonna be pretty all the time. It's all right. But yeah, in this segment. Oh gosh, guys, we talked about quite a bit today. How many segments did we do today or tonight? Segments tonight. Which is basically kind of perfect. I'm gonna have to do more Friday because I won't be here. Well, I'll be here, but I won't be able to get on over the weekend. So our 6th blown out game, lost 11 games in. We got blown out 6 times. I thought we only got blown out like 3 times. Let's see. Okay, that's preseason. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got blown out 4 times. Why did you say we got blown out 6 times? That felt like that was pretty high. But keep in mind though, yes, at least be positive here. The games coming up, I think the Spurs gonna probably get a few of these, and I don't think any of these be a blowout. Maybe the Clippers will be pretty tough because we don't match up well with them. But Kings gonna be tough. But Kings, Grizzlies, we match up well with the Warriors, even though obviously the Warriors are better. But we match up well with the Warriors. Nuggets should be rough. Hawks, we match up pretty well with them. Ooh, Pelicans gonna be tough. Rockets, we match up super well with them. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll be all right. I think we're kind of out of that hell zone. I mean, and even with that being said, there was a few of these we should have won, right? Or not should have won. We could have won. Like the Heat, the Wolves, and Raptors. Those 3 games right there that we could have won. So it was like competing, blowout, competing, blowout. It's all right. And I will say, as bad as the Spurs have looked, they look better than they did last season. It's all right. Let's look at NBA standings and then get out of here. Let's see. Pistons 2-10. All right, so we're right there with the Grizzlies, Jazz, Trailblazers. I mean, we're just as bad as the Clippers, right? I mean, the Suns are 4-6. Like, we're 3-8, they're 4-6. So, I mean, there's that. We have the longest losing streak in the West right now, which is really unfortunate because I feel like the Spurs were doing really well early on. But we'll be all right. Oh, wow. 8-2 Nuggets, huh? Warriors 6-5. The Rockets. Oh, Rockets 6-3. Guys, don't buy into the Rockets, okay? Your Rockets, all they did was add vets. Don't buy into the Rockets. They don't have a sustainable They don't have a sustainable group of guys right now. Like, they're a really weird team because no one on their team that's developing will probably end up being a superstar. Maybe Jabari. So that's pretty tough. So they have a bunch of like talented players, but not necessarily anybody that stands out where we're sitting back like, oh, this is definitely going to be their star of the future. And then they just added a few vets, and that's what's keeping their head above water. But I don't think that they're that great. Şengün is good. He's good. I just don't know if he'll be like a superstar. Oh, Udoka. You saying Udoka's getting the best out of them? That's a good point too. I just think that the way that their team is constructed is great and dandy. It looks great or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of like a Band-Aid over right now. It's like they already hung it up and said, "All right, we got our stars. Let's move." But I don't think they'll be good enough as like a true playoff contender. We'll see. Like, give them about 20 more games and we'll see where the Rockets are at. I just don't think it's that sustainable. I don't think they're as good as their record shows right now. We could have drafted Şengün. Well, the thing about it is, looking back, that was the right move for us to go after Primo. Like, it made sense for us to go after Primo. But yeah. Keep in mind, a lot of people wanted Kai Jones, and that pissed me off. I did not understand that in the life of me during that draft, why people wanted Kai Jones. Primo should have developed good now. Primo would have been a monster. 10 games ain't enough to assume a team has it together. Look at the Spurs a year ago. Yeah, that's my point too. It's like, just chill out, give him about 20 more games. I'm not buying into what the Rockets are selling. That's just me. And that's not me being a Rockets hater. I don't buy into because looking at their team, I don't think there's anybody that stands out that's going to be like a franchise staple superstar. I don't think Şengün's going to be that necessarily. And maybe it could be Jabari. But overall, I don't necessarily buy into that. And then you just add on good vets, sure, but that's not good enough to be a legitimate playoff contender. I want McClung. No, you don't. To sign what's right. No, you don't. I heard that dude's a jerk. You don't want Mac McClung. I heard he's an absolute jerk. McClung, a clown. Yeah, I heard he's a jerk. He's undersized, I think. No, screw all that. I heard he's a jerk. I don't think you want McClung. I heard he is a absolute jerk. He would not rock with our team. He would not gel with us. Personality-wise, I heard he's a jerk. Like, he's one of those guys that's really full of himself. I miss Derek White. I do too, but he's in a better place now. He ain't no use anyway. It doesn't matter. No matter what, you guys could come up with the greatest trade package of all time right now. No one's going to save this team. And we can't wait for somebody to save this team. We can't trade our way out of this right now. What it is these young guys got to learn. They got to learn how to play a full 48 minutes. And that's that on that. You learn how to play your full 48 minutes. You fight your butt off. And by the end of the season, it's something we can be proud of. And then we go into the draft. And then after that, we fill in the roster with some free agents and all that. But as it stands right now, there's no clear direction. A rebuild doesn't happen in 1 year. We tanked. We got Wemby. That's great. We got our future superstar. We all know he's going to be phenomenal, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, he doesn't know his game fully yet. And we need to sit back and we need to figure out what his game is. And then we start figuring this thing out. But it's a process. The Spurs didn't just have all their great picks this last season. We got great picks in 2024. We got great picks in 2025. Why is that? Because it ain't over yet. You're still building a roster. Right now we got a bunch of players that's mismatched all over the place. They don't necessarily gel. How does this player fit with this player? Everyone's so different. Everyone is so different. I mean, you can look at the Nuggets and see, oh, okay, I understand why you got that player. I understand why you got that player. You can look at the Lakers and say, I understand why you got that player. I don't say, and it's around this superstar, right? With the Spurs, these players weren't picked up for Wemby, right? Like, the players that we got on the team are right now just players that could fit on almost any team, but it's not necessarily tailored towards our superstar right now. And, you know, in the past, that's what the Spurs could do. They could tailor towards our superstars. But they can't do that right now. Like, right now, I mean, you grabbed Devin Vassell, universal player that fits on almost any team. Same thing with Jeremy Sochan. He's a glue guy. Everyone needs a glue guy, right? Fits on majority of teams, unless they already have a guy that does that already. Keldon, energy guy, more of a spark plug. That kind of works for any team, especially if he was coming off the bench. Like, that works for any team. So just overall, you got a bunch of players on this team that's not necessarily tailored towards your star. While I think that Vassell and Sochan do have long-term futures with the Spurs, a long-term future with the Spurs, I also think that they're going to have to get some other players that fit closer to Wemby once Wemby figures things out. Pop has a plan. Yeah, it's fine. Pop knows what he's doing. Pop needs to retire. Pop knows what he's doing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Pop isn't, and guys, I'm not going to be biased here, okay? If I really genuinely felt like Pop lost his way and he doesn't know what he's doing and he hasn't adjusted for years, I would be saying, yes, come on, Pop, retire. But that's not the case. Pop, throughout his entire career, has adjusted to the rosters that he's had successfully. The only difference between Pop of the past and Pop now is the players, the talent. That's it. He just doesn't have the talent. I mean, they're talented, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't have the, Pop just wants some nasty. Pop just wants some nasty. July said it perfectly. All this whole soliloquy I went on, July, you said it perfectly. Pop just wants some nasty. That's all it comes down to. He just wants a little nasty. He just wants some nasty. Oh, SGA hasn't won anything. Dude, I hate when people compare the Spurs to other young teams that have been currently successful in their record and just like use that as evidence that we're doing something wrong and they're doing something right. I hate that. Cause like he ain't done nothing. Like, people do that all the time. Rockets, Thunder, look at what they're doing. Why don't you just do that, Spurs? They're ahead of us. They ain't did nothing. They do it with the Grizzlies too. Grizzlies ahead of us. They ain't did nothing. The Spurs, I don't want my Spurs just to be a team that makes to the playoffs and lose the first, second round every year. I want a dynasty. I want what the Nuggets are building. I want what the Warriors got. All right. I want what we had. I don't want to just be a team that's decent for a year and then everyone leaves. Screw that. I want to come on. I want a dynasty, baby. And these young guys, they just got to buy into the system. I know you hate that. They just got to buy into the system. Pop know what he's doing. And it's not just Pop. We have plenty of great coaches around Pop. Dude, I just heard something on the TV. What the heck is going on? What just happened? Oh, crap. Did someone win? Hold on. What just happened? They're like losing their minds. Hold on. I'm going to the game. What game is on? They said, what a finish. What just happened? Hold on. I'm going to rewind. What the heck happened? Hold on. I'm watching right now. 15 seconds left. The third. All right. All right. James Harden takes the ball near half court. 7 seconds left. Step back three. Is that the finish they meant? Okay, he just hit a three. Aaron Gordon. Three. Oh. Okay, that's what they got excited about. Denver and LA are tied. Yeah, I just saw it. Okay. That's what they got excited about. Much more entertaining game than what we showed. Say it. Say you want some nasty. Ain't no system to buy into. Pop not running one per his words. Yeah, that's true. Oh, and I say system in this this aspect, I mean just the process. You just have to buy into the process. Just relax, buy into the process. Know that your time's coming. That type of deal. All right, guys. I think that's it for me. It was fun talking to you guys. I'm sorry for yelling at you, P Mart, and I'm sorry for yelling at you, Ruru. You know how embarrassing it is to have them pants at 3 other games while there's 8 minutes left in yours? It was bad. I mean, it wasn't even like a good showing from Wemby or anything. Wemby's had way better games than that. Yeah. Somebody sent me a message, sorry. I need to give them some info. They asked me a question. I do not mind helping them out. Like, you see what I'm saying? Sochan should give himself advice too. Like, stop turning over the ball. I think this is just a mental thing. I think you see the Spurs turn the ball over a lot. Sochan is the new point guard right now. So your mind goes towards it's his fault. Because turnovers is usually associated with who's controlling the ball. So I think people jump to that. But he had 3 turnovers for the whole game. That's not great, but like, Collins had 5, and Wemby had 5, and Doug McDermott had 4. They combined for 14 fouls by them. I mean, turnovers by themselves. So weird, man. Need some grit in this group. The coaching has been soft. I don't think the coaching's been soft, but yes, they do need some grit. I don't know. Because they are trying to set players up. Wemby is still trying a lot, not keeping it simple. Yeah, he kept it simple initially. Josh Primo is weird. I was joking about us bringing him back. Was that earlier? Catch y'all in the next episode of Clan Ball Z. Alright, I'll get with you guys later. I'm hopping off. Thanks for talking to me. That was frustrating, but it is what it is. Bye, y'all.